All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Nerds Who Drink. I'm Steve.
And I'm Mark.
And guys, this week we wanted to talk to you about a couple new things that are coming out in 2025, things that we're excited for, things we're looking forward to. But before we start there, give us a like, a comment, subscribe, follow us, depending on what social media platform you are checking us out on. And with the upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to the theater of your choice. I know I choose Regal always. That just seems to be like my go-to. I've been collecting Regal points for a hot minute now, and I've got enough for, like 10 free tickets. So that's my go-to. But I'll tell you what, I saw the retractable shield popcorn bucket from AMC, and I'm kind of leaning towards that this time around. But Mark, let's let them know what they need to do to win these free tickets from us. So take it away.
All right, guys. As you know, you can find us on everything from X to Instagram to TikTok since, that half-hour ban or whatever has been lifted.
Yeah.
All you got to do is either some point tonight or tomorrow. I know me and Steve both are pretty busy. We got the Super Bowl coming up and everything. We're going to put a post out there. So all you guys got to do is give us a follow, like the post, and comment 2 other people on the comment. And that'll get you entered into the drawing for the winner of the tickets.
Absolutely. So, guys, I'm going to post on our video what your requirements are. So, if you didn't catch it, you don't got to write it down. We're going to have it in your post. That's going to include everything you got to do to enter our giveaway. Like I said, it's going to be 2 tickets to go see Captain America Brave New World. It comes out February 14th. So, I know we're looking forward to it. We're planning our trip out there now. So, it's going to be fun. But I guess let's start there.
At Nerds Who Drink on Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitter. Well, Twitter is X now, so that was redundant. And Instagram.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, we're there. Check us out on Spotify, Nerds Who Drink. So, I think the easiest thing for us right now, let's start with Captain America Brave New World. What did you, I'm sure you saw the trailer, what did you think of it?
So, like I was said in a couple episodes when we brought it up, the only thing that makes me kind of nervous is I know that they went through and were doing reshoots. And I know Kevin Feige also said that they want to be putting out a better product, so they're doing less stuff. I know during COVID they were putting out every 2 months or every month you were getting something new from them.
Yeah.
So I'm just want to see how this movie is going to tie back in, because I know he said he wants to start kind of getting back to the way the original Phase 1 movies kind of were. So I don't know if that means hey, we're going to dive deeper into actually developing the characters before we just throw a bunch of people at you in Secret Wars and all those kind of things coming up. But I'm really interested to see just how they incorporate the world, because obviously Eternals was I don't remember, was that Phase 2?
No, Eternals? I think it was 3 or 4.
Because either way, Eternals has been out for a minute, but now I know that they're going to start plugging in, bringing that kind of stuff back with the Celestial that's frozen. And from rumors that I've heard, there's a couple different ways that could play into the MCU. One is that's where they're going to mine. That's where they're going to mine adamantium. I've heard that could end up becoming the country of Geneva, which is run by Magneto. We know that the X-Men are going to start kind of coming in now soon. I know with Fantastic Four that we're going to get into in a minute, I know that's supposed to be in an alternate universe, but also in the 60s. But then you also have Daredevil, New Blood coming out. So I'm just kind of curious, how they're going to kind of tier these people. Because I know the other day, me and AJ were kind of talking about how they kind of got themselves in a jam now with Jonathan Majors, because they kind of wrote him off. Yeah. And now that he's clear, allegedly he's coming back. So the question is, are you going to have, everything in Phase 1 and 2 kind of built up to Thanos, and Thanos was your one guy.
Yeah.
Well, now you're going to have Kingpin in Daredevil and I'm assuming Spider-Man. You're going to have Galactus in Fantastic Four. You're going to have the Celestials coming back and being a bigger part of things. You're going to have um, possibly
Yep.
Null with the newest Venom movie that came out. Like, it seems like they're in this position now. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doom. If you're bringing X-Men, like, if you bringing back the X-Men and you don't bring back Magneto, I feel like you're really going to have
Yeah.
a bad time with the fan base.
I
And
just
then that
saw
also
something
brings in
recently that
Apocalypse.
said they were going to bring him back. They were looking into like the different casting options for him. Obviously, Michael Fassbender was a fantastic young Magneto. He's getting older now. You know, we can't have old Magneto anymore because, well, he's just like really old. But
Well,
we're
there
at the
was
point where
apparently
like,
going to be a deleted. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say there was apparently a
no, you
deleted scene from Deadpool where the Magneto helmet that like got dissolved was going to be
yeah,
Fassbender's.
okay, and I'm fine with that. Like that is a cool concept. However, if we're going with a completely different cast of, I don't know if we're gonna keep, you know, everybody. I mean, even the most of the people that were the X-Men that were in Deadpool and Wolverine, they were recast. Like a lot of the characters, you recognize them because of who they were, their outfits, their powers, whatever. But they were all recast. So I'm okay with that because again, we are multiversal now. We traverse the multiverse at this point, and I'm cool with that. So recast, make it a good casting, make it somebody that can play the character for a couple movies, a little while. If he's going to be not necessarily a big bad, but like a big bad, because Magneto's a bad dude, and like I like that. I like the concept of him. Bring him in, let him work his magic with the X-Men, crossover with the Fantastic Four if we need to. I feel like the Fantastic Four, just based on the trailer itself, I guess this is going to be our segue into that, is going to eventually end up in the 616 universe. Like that's where we're going to offshoot to somehow. At one point, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards is like drawing on a chalkboard, and it looks like he has the wormhole drawing on there, which is awesome. This whole like multiversal travel concept has really taken off in the later series of these movies, and I'm really excited to see how that Kevin Feige kind of writes it all together. I wasn't a huge
Yeah, I
Fantastic Four
think
fan. The first set of movies was okay, like it did what it needed to do. The Thing was a little weird looking, only because it was human sized, because it was mostly just prosthetic, which is great. Then in the second set of Fantastic Four movies with Michael B. Jordan, it was completely CGI. Not a huge fan of that because it didn't look good. But I thought that movie was just horrible in general because I felt like it was a really good build-up. Like the anticipation was there. And then everything that was action happened in like the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie. And if the entire movie paced like the last 20 minutes, I would have loved it. That would have been great. Still, it doesn't have like that. Heavy hitters as far as like people that were acting in it, loved it. It just didn't hit the mark. And I think they went a little too off base there. Like they went way far left when they could have just, slightly veered left. And in the era of comic accurate costumes, they did not make the right move.
No, the costumes in the second set were terrible. Although I do like the simplicity of the costumes in this one.
Yeah. Oh no. In the new one, absolutely 110%. They fit the 1960s era look. They fit the comic look. It's very like basic. The Thing looks amazing. He's very comic accurate. Pedro Pascal, love him. I want to see him play a good Reed Richards. Everyone so far it seems like a decent casting. I saw the trailer for it. I think it looks great. Brave New World looks awesome. I'm very excited to see Han Solo play the Red Hulk. So like that's super exciting.
And I'm happy with kind of the doors that they could possibly be opening because again, we're building now, I'm assuming, towards Secret Wars. And from what I've
Yes.
heard, I know I kind of went over this with you the other day, is I heard one of the theories is in Secret World or Secret Wars, you're going to have Battle World. And it's basically going to be the planet pretty much taken over by the villains. And you're going to have all these
Yeah.
different areas, one ruled by like Apocalypse, one by Doom, like everything overseen by Doom, but then you'll have like Apocalypse in one area. Apparently Hela's coming back and she's going to have another area. Then you'll have like Maestro Hulk running one. And apparently when Robert Downey Jr. pops up, it's going to be him. From what I've heard rumors of, nothing confirmed, Lou Ferrigno is going to be Maestro Hulk because it's going to lead into World War Hulk. So we'll get Eric Bana back, Norton back, Ruffalo, and then I'm assuming now, Harrison Ford being Red Hulk, and we already got whatever version of Scar in She-Hulk, whatever that
We did get that.
apostrophe was. But if they're building Brave New World into like that era, I'm cool with it. If that's like a launching point for like, hey, we're gonna bring these guys here, this here, and that's how they're gonna start building everything together. I think that would be perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that would be awesome. I know we got the Thunderbolts coming out as well. Like, super excited for that. Thunderbolts looks awesome. It's just a very, like, I want to say it's going to rival Thor Ragnarok as far as like comedic value goes, because it looks like it has the action, like the stuff that we're really craving as comic book fans, but it also has like the levity of comedy, which I love because it's, not everything can be serious all the time, hack 'em, slash 'em, punch 'em type stuff, and like that's what Deadpool gave me. Deadpool, there's obviously going to be haters for everything that exists, but the haters for Deadpool, I was like, but it was funny. Like, that's what Deadpool is. Deadpool is comedy with action and
Yeah.
swords and guns and blood and gore and like all that cool stuff, but the levity of comedy. So, yeah, like if I can get that with this movie, 10 out of 10. Like I'm here for it. So, I don't know, maybe I I just have like a different taste in like these types of movies at this point. But I feel like at a certain point we really got to, kind of circle back around to like it can't be serious all the time. Like we had the end game.
Right.
We had that. That was a very serious movie. Christ, Robert Downey Jr. His character died, and Tony Stark, he's dead. That was like a gut wrenching, heart pounding moment for me as someone who's like a huge Iron Man fan, and I love Robert Downey Jr. So that was like okay, serious. And that was serious when serious needed to be serious. So Thor, Ragnarok, that was fucking great, hilarious, action, and it was a good tie-in. Like Love and Thunder missed the mark, but
Way more.
so be it. That's my opinion. Yeah.
And that's where
But
I
yeah, if
am,
we can
because
get
for
that, like,
me, like you said with Thunderbolts, like if Red Guardian's in it, sign me up. Like I
yeah,
think he is hysterical. Like the comedy that he brings, it's like we talked about in the What If episode. Like just I hope that they kind of bring some of that over, where like he's kind of jealous of Bucky being like the poster boy for the Soviet Union, and
oh yeah,
I hope they have
I mean,
that
they say
jealousy.
it. Oh, he does. Did you not? I don't know if you've seen any of the trailers yet. But they're in a car and they're driving. He's like, "What kind of super soldier serum did you get?" And he's like, "I don't know, regular Hydra." And he's like, "Oh, Hydra, fancy." Like
That's why, yeah,
that's
like
that's what I want. That like that's hilarious. David Harbour, he's fantastic. I love him in literally everything I've seen him in. Like murdered it in Stranger Things. That dude is killing that. Love him in that. I mean, I've seen him in a couple things here and there, but like obviously my main, as a comic book guy, it's gonna be Red Guardian and Stranger Things, Hopper. But like, dude, he's really good, and I love the fact that again, there's the comedic sense of like, who is this guy? Like nobody knows who the Red Guardian is. No one cares who the Red Guardian is. They all know who Bucky is. Bucky's got like a reputation. And he's like, no, like
and
we're the
that's
same
what
guy. We're the same thing. Like it's the same. And I
and
think
that's
that's
what I like
hilarious.
love.
Dude, it's
It's
all.
like
I
the
mean,
jealous older brother.
yes, absolutely. And the fact that like I saw some controversy online about it. They're like, "Oh, his is worse because he aged more." Well, no, like in reality, Bucky was just frozen every time they didn't need him. So like his cells were in a stasis. Like he wasn't aging. He's now going to age because he hasn't been frozen for a decade. And but like yeah, when him and Steve Rogers were like coming up together, and he was Steve Rogers like older brother essentially. He basically looks not much older than that, and that's because Hydra was like, all right, go kill this guy. And he was like, all right, cool. And then like 36 hours later, they're like, all right, we're going to freeze you again.
Right.
Like this dude was living like
Mm.
hours at a time. He wasn't living days and weeks and months and years. He was living for, all right, you're going to do this mission. All right, you're out. You're done. And I mean, it was a smart thing by them because they preserved their best killer, which I thought was a great idea from Hydra. Like, good for you. You did what you wanted to, and you did what you needed to.
And regarding
But
it,
yeah,
kind of just
it's
like wasting away in a prison. Like
correct.
probably
And
not
he's
the
just
best
getting old
living
and he's getting
condition
fat.
for anybody.
Yep. Yeah, and it's an interesting. Again, that's an interesting thing too. First of all, getting fat in prison, that just says like so much about you, because you have to literally be doing nothing. Like they don't feed you well, and you're in a Russian prison. They probably hate you. Um. So outside of the fact, like he should be in great shape, just due to the super soldier serum, but he is fat, which again, like that just says you're just eating way too much and doing nothing. Um.
And
But
that's
again,
where
like
I
that's
wonder if this
again
is,
the comedic side of it.
and that's where I wonder if like the super soldier serum is kind of like taking steroids, where it's like if you just take steroids but like you don't work out, you just get kind of like bloated big versus like hulking big. So I'm wondering if like him
Maybe,
being
but like
so inactive in the prison is what caused him to kind of get like heavier. And I hope that they keep the running joke of like he still tries to fit into like his original suit
yes, I think they do.
versus
Because I
getting a
think
new one.
someone called him Santa Claus in the trailer, which I thought was funny. Um, but for me, like my big thing is I don't. So again, that's a question that if you've got more lore knowledge on the Super Soldier Serum, let us know. But I always thought that like Steve Rogers was like built like the size of my forearm prior to getting injected. He gets injected, he comes out, 6'4", 280 pounds of just pure muscle. I just assumed it was like kind of like the Flash, like where your metabolism just works to keep you in shape. And I mean, Steve Rogers can't get drunk. His metabolism works so fast that he cannot, it just his alcohol's out of his system, so he doesn't enjoy drinking. So I always thought that was kind of like the concept of the super. Again, maybe that's the Russian super soldier serum. It's the knockoff, the Kmart brand.
The Red Room
Maybe that's the
serum.
concept. Yeah, whatever the hell they got there is the janky super soldier serum. That's again, it plays into the comedic side of it. It's like, haha, like that. The Russians thought they had it right, and they were far from the mark. I don't know. I'm so much looking forward to that movie because it really just like it's the Dark Avengers. It's the people that are the Suicide Squad of Marvel,
Pretty
and
much.
they're not going to butcher it like they butchered the Suicide Squad, which had a ton of potential.
Oh, dude, they had so much that they could have done with the Suicide Squad that they just failed on. But yeah, no, like you have all these characters that are already pretty much kind of developed, and I like the fact
Yep.
that Marvel kind of like they were infamous for like, hey, here's a great villain. Oh darn, they're dead. And now it's like you have like
Yep.
this misfit of them that they didn't kill off, but now they're all
Yep.
coming together. Like I know, I can't think of her name. Is it Ghost from Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, like Ghost is part of the team. Like I know, so like, and that's somebody who we haven't seen in
Yelena.
a while. So I want to see like what kind of
Yeah.
character development they do with her. And then like I've heard rumors that like Taskmaster might be coming back, which they butchered
I heard that
in.
as well.
Yeah, so like they butchered her that
Black Widow.
character, but like they might be able to do some kind of not a reboot on the character, but at least make that character more likable with the story that they initially gave.
Yeah.
In Black
I
Widow,
mean, there's a
but
lot they can do. there's so much they can do. There's a lot of potential there. I'm very excited for it. Um, again, I'm a big Marvel guy. You know, you guys, if you've listened to us more than once, you probably know that I'm the Marvel person out of the two of us. So that's like a ton of stuff for me. But to jump here, like, and I hate that I'm even saying this because I'm so like, if go back and listen to episode 10 of our original podcast, episode 10, when we had Adam Nutter on here. I hate Superman with a passion, but I am actually looking forward to this Superman movie because he's not like, I think I like it because people hate him.
And that's me. So I'm kind of torn because for me, Superman was always like just that unbeatable character. Like when you really break down like Superman, like I'm sorry, like I know you're the Marvel guy, but like if you put Superman in the Marvel universe, he mops the floor with anybody who doesn't have magical powers. Like Captain America, he
Yeah.
shreds. Iron Man, he
Well, yeah, no,
shreds.
well, obviously Captain America, yeah. No, but I'm thinking more like World War Hulk. Like he would stand a decent chance. Wolverine, maybe. No, I'm not even talking Wolverine could like fight him. Wolverine would just be able to take the abuse.
Yeah, but most of the people, Superman could already just fly them into space and that's it. They're done.
Yep. Oh, or laser them in half. Like, and that's why I think I hate Superman because he is so OP. Like, what? That's a lot of DC characters though. Like, at their peak, the Flash. He is a fucking
Flash
menace.
is
He's a menace.
the Flash is hands down the most OP character, in my opinion, in the DC
Oh, dude,
universe.
are you
And
kidding
I'm not
me?
even talking
He
about
is.
Barry Allen.
He
If
could.
you want to go Wally West Flash, like
Yeah.
he blows prime Barry out of the water if you actually start diving into like the speeds he can get, the powers he has.
Yep.
Like
I
it's
have a couple
ridiculous.
books of Wally West, and like it's dude, it's insane. And like you have a character that can time travel, essentially stop time because he can move so fast. Like there is so much to the Flash's character. Like, and again, we're before we go like too crazy off topic, but like DC makes some OP characters like off the bat, and it's tough to bring them to life. It really is. Like same thing with Marvel. Like they have a bunch of characters that are just like way crazy, but I like the fact that they are like this Superman. I think I really like him because I think he's going to be a good Clark. Like,
And that's that. I
whereas
really want
we've
to see what
had,
Peter Coulson does.
yeah, I think the big thing for me again, like, we look at some of the other people that have played him recently. Tyler Oakland, I believe is his name. He's Superman and Lois.
Yep.
That TV series. I could be butchering his last name, but he's a decent Superman, Clark Kent. Like he's not. He's in great shape. I'm not denying that, but he's not the Henry Cavill. I'm just like a monster. Henry Cavill's a fucking
Just
beast.
Brick House.
But that when you're trying to say that this guy looks like the everyman, wearing a pair of glasses, like okay, I'm cool with this new guy. Like he's supposed to not be a monster. Like, and that's the thing with Superman. Superman doesn't have to be muscular and giant. He is just ungodly strong because of the sun and the atmosphere.
Yeah, and I mean,
It
it
could
seems
be
like
any
James
guy.
Gunn too is. Yeah, and it seems like James Gunn's going to use this movie to kind of start building the new DCU. Because I mean, you're going to have Lex
Yep.
Luthor, Guy Gardner, you're going to have Kara Zor-El, Hawk Girl, Rick Flag's going to be in it,
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho. Like, there's so many characters that he can then go, okay, look, you met them in this first movie. Here's their original movie. Here's their original movie. Here's their original movie. Here's this one. And I really hope that, like, when he starts doing, like, mainly the main three, but, like, the main Justice League members, I really hope he doesn't go too deep into, like, their backstories. We've talked about it a million times. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but, like, we don't need a Bruce Wayne origin story. Just give us a Batman movie. Everybody already knows how he got there. Just give us a Batman movie. And that's what I'm really hoping happens for this movie. Appears we have some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Holy shit, that was horrible. um, so yeah, that's why I said we moved the router. Bad idea. So yeah, but I totally agree. Like we're getting a new Green Lantern. We're getting a couple different like offshoot DC characters that I'm super excited for. That's gonna be really cool if they play it right. I saw the trailer. Trailer looked good. Sorry, excuse me. We're getting Crypto the Super Dog live action. Like that's exciting for me. That was a cool TV series. But yeah, like I'm really looking forward to all this stuff that's coming out. And I'm not even a DC guy. I'm really not even a Superman guy. But I'm kind of rooting for this dude because he's getting so much hate. So, so be it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that just plays too into like what we've gotten so far from DC. But
Dude,
something I think that would be a
I
really
get
cool
it.
storyline down the road would be bring back Ben Affleck and bring those guys back, bring back Gal Gadot, and make them like the evil versions of those characters.
I like that. Give me like I mean, I know the Flash kind of did a Flashpoint-esque thing, but I'd like a real Flashpoint.
I would love
Like a
live action Flashpoint.
genuine, real live action Flashpoint. And we don't even need Ezra Miller. You don't. I mean, I know we're never going to get Grant Gustin.
Thank you. Bring back.
I don't think we're going to get him. I would love that. And I think he's going to be at MegaCon Orlando, which is going on like right now. And I'm so sad I'm not there. God, he's amazing. Yeah, no, that whole cast is going to be there.
We want Grant.
We do want Grant, and I will make a petition and we'll sign it into law. So before we get too crazy here, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to a lot of the stuff that's coming out this year. Again, we got a couple big things from Marvel in the works, some stuff from DC. I know they're constantly pumping out the animation. Like that's just, we're not even going to act like that's not, big. Oh, wow. Speaking of animation, have you watched the new Spider-Man TV series yet? The like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus.
I'm very reluctant to watch it. I want to so bad.
Good.
I know. There's just surprised that I can't get past.
So, I feel like it's like a hodgepodge of different Spider-Man stories all put together.
Okay.
That's the easiest way for me to put it. Like, it's its own story. It's not trying to be this or trying to be that. It's very much its own storyline. I love the fact that it's its own storyline, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I genuinely liked it. For the entertainment value alone, like I love the art style, I love the entertainment value of it, and it's cool. New episodes every week, so Marvel did well with this one. I mean, again, I might be the only one thinking that. Like maybe I'm just like a lone wolf here, but I like it.
Well, speaking of animation and new episodes, Invincible season 4 dropped. Well, the first 3.
I know. I need to watch them. I haven't watched it yet, but god damn it, do I love Invincible. I love me some Invincible. So
Dude, it's
good.
good.
Because
This season's good.
you watch them. All right.
I watched all
I'll
the
probably end
episodes
up
already.
doing that tonight, maybe tomorrow. Got to get stuff ready for the Super Bowl. Speaking of, let's circle to that. Super Bowl. We got the Super Bowl coming up. By the time you guys are watching this, it will be Super Bowl Sunday. I'm uploading it either tonight or tomorrow. Mark, predictions. We got the Eagles, Kansas City, the refs, really. Who do you think's going to win?
If I have to go prediction wise, I would love to see like a 34-17, 34-21 Eagles win, but I feel like it's going to be more like a 28-24 Kansas City. I really don't want it to be. I really feel like this game's going to come down to, it's going to sound very cliche for you sports fans that listen to us, but it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. I really think it's going to be that close of a game. I mean, we haven't really seen a Super Bowl blowout since Peyton Manning played for Denver against Seattle. They've been really close games. I mean, on paper, the Eagles should run away. No pun intended, but the Eagles should run away with this game. And if they can manage the clock using Saquon to run the ball, Eagles have it hands down.
Oh, yeah.
They got the better defense. They have the better offensive line. They have the better offensive weapons outside of the only advantage I'd really give the Chiefs is maybe Kelsey over Goddard and Mahomes over Hurts. Outside of that, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Kelsey's slowing down in his age. He is. I mean, I'm not saying Goddard's, a diamond, but like Kelsey has slowed down a bit. But yeah, Saquon is having a career season, so like, yeah, he's going to be a threat at end of the day. But I think Casey knows that, and like, they are going to be on him. They're going to be rocking and rolling, trying to stop Saquon. But I sadly agree with you. I think the Eagles should take this by at least a touchdown. They should. But I really think it's going to come down to the possessions. And I also fear, because of the way things have been going with the NFL, Kansas City is going to get some BS calls. Like, I was watching a couple of these games, like the Texans game. 2 Texans defenders, helmet to helmet, above Patrick Mahomes. Not even touch Patrick Mahomes.
They like grazed
roughing the passer? Roughing the passer? Come on. Xavier Legette in the end zone. One hand on the ball. You've got 2 defenders on top of him holding onto the ball. Ball hits the ground. Never had possession. Touchdown. How? How does this work?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you can, there are calls that, like, on both sides of the field, every game, that you're like, it could have gone either way. Maybe we didn't need to make that call, or oh, you missed that, or whatever. But it just feels like with Kansas City, maybe it's just because the spotlight's on them. Maybe we're holding a magnifying glass and a mirror to Kansas City at this point. We're just like, wow, there's a lot of shit going on down there. But like, maybe not. Maybe they really are horrible, and the refs are working with them. Like, who am I to say? I don't know the inner workings of the NFL. I know it's an entertainment package. Like, this isn't like, oh, I'm going to watch a high school football game where like no money's on the line and no one really gives a shit. Like, these people are playing for entertainment value. So maybe the NFL's like, well, I think we'll sell more tickets if we get this. Or if Kansas City wins, we're going to sell more of this. And like, this is a three-peat. It's a big deal. I personally think if you want to really make it a big deal, because as a Philly fan, I mean, I'm literally rocking the Philadelphia Roosevelts shirt right now. Philadelphia coming back to play Kansas City for vengeance. We want revenge. Philadelphia winning would be a phenomenal thing.
And you said the key word there is revenge, and that's why I think my final prediction, I'll go Eagles 30-26, and Brandon Graham walks off into the sunset holding the Lombardi high.
I would be okay with that. I want to give you one better. 30-24. No. 25? 30, 25. I'm just gonna go one under you. Just one under. Because I want
We're
to beat
playing
them.
price
I want to beat
right
them
here.
by one extra point. One extra point. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Now,
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I want us to stop them at that goal line as much as physically possible. Like when we're talking, like I want them to fucking block goddamn extra points. Like fuck you. God damn it, I hate Kansas City so much. Like I want them to like Patrick Mahomes has become like the Sidney Crosby of the NFL. People
absolutely,
hate him. People
100%.
just fucking hate him. And yeah, so that's it. I mean, again, we'll see tomorrow. Uh, yeah, it's tough. But in better news, we're giving away tickets to Captain America. So if you've listened to this far, check it out and give us a like, give us a follow, tag some people in our comments. Tell them to check us out. We're going to give away Captain America tickets. And we're going to be posting it to all of our social medias in the next 24 to 48 hours. So keep your eyes out. On that note, I kind of want to wrap things up, get things ready for the Super Bowl tomorrow. So, guys, whether you're an Eagles fan or whether you're a Kansas City fan and your, poor choices make me judge you, I'm Steve.
Now, Mark, go Birds.
And we'll catch you guys next time.